better believe it. All right. So let's go to here. All right. Hopefully I did all that correctly. Not a very experienced, well-seasoned streamer, and this is going to be, once again, another attempt to see if I can kind of get a format to stick other than just me staring into the camera and yammering on like a dick. I had actually a couple of topics that I wanted to talk about in this stream, and so I felt like I would kind of try to combine a pre-made video that has a thought process, a basic outline, with my live streams that seem to be pretty popular with my fans, what little of them are left, and I kind of thought I could combine the two. I will be reading comments. If you guys ask a bunch of rando questions that don't really pertain to the topic matter, I'll probably skip over them. Unless they're just too good to resist. If you ask them that, or chime in with something that has to do with the subject matter, I'm going to be a little bit more likely to react to that. My deal is I do enough of these videos for like 2 hours where I sit around answering a bunch of personal questions that you guys might get tired of that. So I felt like I would share some. Plus, this is topical. This is really topical. So, hopefully what you're seeing, and I'm just going to switch right back real quick to my stream. Nope, that's OBS. Thanks, Dick. Okay, cool. So you guys can see. I've set up like a little bit of a look at that background. Look at that. What's that look like? It's Joaquin Phoenix. It's Joaquin. That's the Joaquin Phoenix. And that's, that's a screen capture from his film that is coming up for this October for the spooky season. He's going to be in a feature entitled The Joker. I'm a pretty big fan of the Dark Knight movies, and I really liked the Batman the Animated Series growing up. It's easy to, if you had to ask me what my favorite superhero would be, it's obviously Batman. It's got to be Batman. Spider-Man's got a place in my heart, and I really like the X-Men, but I've always been a fan of the Bat. So this movie, when it was announced, I wasn't super excited for it. I'm still not. But it looked interesting. My problem is that the Christopher Nolan trilogy was superb and needs nothing else. And I think what I really liked about the Christopher Nolan trilogy, the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans and the early X-Men, was that they weren't fucking ridiculous. I get it. Superheroes by nature are kind of ridiculous. And when they translate, but the thing is that studios early on in the day didn't have a lot of faith in superhero films, didn't think they would sell well, and I think for some reason I liked that instinct, their instinct to try to tone down the silliness and make it a little bit more gritty and realistic to see if they could capture more film goers. Now, usually I don't like when studios get these ideas of, we can make it better if we change X, Y, Z, but this was one of the things that I actually think I really enjoyed, you know what I mean? And it's little things. The third Batman film, I think, was pretty much the epitome of it. I said to the spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the Christopher Nolan trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, then I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but seeing Batman isn't one. I knew about halfway through the movie, I was like, wait a second, what's his face? Joseph Gordon-Levitt, that's Robin. And it was so subtle, and they didn't feel the need. The fact that, like, Catwoman, no one ever says she's like a cat, or she's Catwoman. No one calls her Catwoman. You're just supposed to put two and two together. It's not talking down to you. It's not trying to be, it's not tone deaf. The only clue that you get is the little, the night vision goggles look like cat ears. So I really enjoyed that. The one thing I didn't like is that they took away Bane's superpower, the fact that he was super strong. I didn't think that was too unrealistic or unbelievable. I mean, you think that countries don't experiment on prisoners? Ask China, see what China has to say. So, for the most part, I fell out with Batman the IP once I saw what WB was going to do to it. I mean, the Batman versus Superman thing was a catastrophe. As soon as I heard that Batman was, quote, shooting, I've never even seen it. I just, through a friend, I had heard that, quote, he was like in the Middle East shooting people during certain scenes of Batman v Superman, and I was like, okay, done. I'm never going to see that. So I just knew that they were going to drag the IP through the mud, but this seems like they're taking a note out of Christopher Nolan's book, taking a note out of early superhero films book, and attempting to make a more gritty, realistic story, being told with a classic, iconic, franchise of the villain thereof, which is interesting. I'm not super psyched. But it's something I think I might have given a watch. Something I might be interested to see. I don't really think I'm going to see it in theaters, but I said all that to say this. As we've approached the film coming out, I started noticing some awkward, some stuff going on. It's some funny stuff. And I'm not sure that I feel too safe in fully expressing the funniness of it all, but I'm just kind of hoping that maybe you all have seen it and can kind of help me out and not feeling so fucking crazy. So, I'm just going to click on... Now, this is just after running... I can't find all the goddamn memes that I found the first time... Like, just found naturally scrolling through my Facebook. But... And this is CBS.com, so... I don't really know. Oh, good. And is it free? Okay. FBI issues nationwide shooting warning over Joker film. What? And then it basically cites... I'm not going to read the whole damn thing. I'm not Tim Pool. But Aurora... I'm as bald as Tim Pool. Aurora, Colorado. FBI issues extraordinary, everyone, warning about possible violence at theaters. Why? Why would there be violence? What? Because of a movie called The Joker? There haven't been more controversial, politically charged, and or violent movies than Joaquin Phoenix losing his mind, in essentially, a soft adaptation of The Killing Joke. Are you fucking sure about that? And I'm sure that Aurora, Colorado, it's gonna go ahead and cite, the famous, Batman 3 shooting, and I'm not even gonna get into that, but, that doesn't smell right. I think if you look at that any longer, it's like one of those it gets worse the longer you look. Like, I'm pretty sure that the phrase, the Cockney phrase, as queer as a clockwork orange, definitely, okay. But, I wish I could have found some of the memes. I've only found 2 so far, but they just feel forced and out of place. It's just a feeling. It's like, because I have so many people on my Facebook, and who of which I don't know personally almost any of them. The overwhelming majority are just fans who added me. So I have a really weird Facebook, and I feel like in a way it acts as a strange Gallup poll. And I feel like around the 2015 era, some of those jokes were fire, fam. Some of those memes were great. And then, as of recent, it's feeling like everything's getting more sanitized. But now, even stranger, it's feeling like shit's just popping up. And it's like those memes, no one at all, absolutely no one. And then I see these memes, and I wish I could have found it. I should have saved it. There was one with, 4 kids, and they're all wearing, shirts and ties and fedoras, and they're walking down the sidewalk, so clearly, they're filthy fucking neckbeards and fedoras. And it says, 4 tickets to Joker, please. Okay, I wasn't really hearing a lot of chatter about this movie anyway, but I don't think everyone was walking around recoiling in horror and talking about, the violence that might occur there, or the type of filthy undesirables that would be going to said film. I mean, yeah, there was a micro-controversy when Twatter tried to make it a thing, but it's Twatter. You're an echo chamber of... Well, anyway. And no real person out in the real world, has said anything, or even on the internet, no real person who isn't doesn't have an anime profile picture has tried to meme that if you go to see the Joker, you're a neckbeard, you're a filthy, but wait, it gets fucking weirder. And when I saw this, I lost fucking shit. Connection's not bad. I don't understand. I should be able to stream. If this is coming through choppy, fuck. U.S. military warns troops about possible Joker incel violence? No credible threats reported. Fucking what? U.S. military. First of all, which branch? I gotta know. I gotta know who has the intel, the hot intel on the incel. Did you mean ISIS? Because you wrote incel there. Fucking IndieWire. Fuck. And check that out. The picture right there That's Taxi Driver, because a lot of people are comparing, you know, the off-kilter, you know, PTSD-ridden, but yet the guy that we're supposed to root for, Travis Bickle, to, you know, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. That's supposed to be a slow descent into madness, which, hey, that's a fucking crowd pleaser. It's a classic fucking movie. Fuck you if you don't like it. U.S. military has sent a memo to service members warning about the possibility of incel violence. All right, man. Okay. Can you feel the narrative that they're trying to craft? Like, I don't know anyone who walks around and who seriously, it's as laughable as the George Bush era, you know, multi-tiered colored terror warning that today our terror warning is beige, which really isn't as bad as plaid. If that shit turns to plaid, fucking run and hide, because it means that the terrorists have won. Like, what kind of fear-mongering bullshit is this? I don't know, but you guys, you don't look cool. No one is walking around going, well, I heard there's going to be an incel attack. Like, no one even uses that word in the real world. It's your... Okay. No specific attacks or credible threats have been determined. Go figure. But the military is upping awareness for its service members. The army. Christ, it is. So it's the army. All right, man. Okay, bro. All right. I'm gonna go back to... There you go. I feel more comforting. That's how I feel right about now. That's my reaction to just seeing this narrative attempted to get painted. Yeah, man, I don't want to get too into it. I just hope that you guys see what I'm seeing, which is... So, back in 2005, the Department of Homeland Security tried to, in their manual, change the definitions of what would constitute as a terrorist. And basically all the freedom fighters, you know, who are out there, all the good men and women, the patriots who watch, you know, they are the Dark Knight. They are the silent, watchful guardian. We're like, gee, I noticed this list. Excuse me, federal government. I noticed this list includes all of us, like all Americans. It's like, and I quote, people who have gardens, people who are overly interested in the Constitution. Bitch, you can never be overly interested in the Constitution. What the fuck does that mean? Isn't that shit you all take an oath? Oh, you're the feds. You don't take an oath to shit. So, yeah, I noticed this attempt to try to paint... It's cringy, guys. Your psyop is bad, and you will not survive the winter, Jon Snow. So, that's all I got to say about that, about Mr. Joaquin Phoenix. All I can say, dudes, is be careful out there, because... You know, I just get bad feelings. When I see stuff like that, it just makes me sad. Makes me sad this world we live in where... Anyway, goddamn. And then I was like looking for... Oh yeah, and then Joaquin Phoenix walked out of an interview because... And this is another... And the interviewer was like, do you think that your movie could cause violence to happen? And he just walked out. And by the way, good on you, because whoever the fuck asked that question? I mean, one, it's not even in poor taste. You're just, okay, I'm not even gonna. So, we're gonna move on to the next thing. Oh, hey, look. See all the comments, but we will wait to the end. Lagging? No fucking way. Oh, please don't tell me it's fucking lagging. It should, I'm looking at, oh my god, it is. It's broken. It's not even moving. Ah, Christ. Nah, they probably detected the shit that I was talking about. Is anyone... Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? I'm reading that comment right there. Oh, fuck. This stream is really jacked up. That's very strange. I don't understand. Last of Us 2 isn't better than Detroit Become Human. Okay. I'm sort of waiting to see if the stream will unfuck itself. I don't know if when I go to save it, it'll look... Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to mean smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Alright, I don't know. Christ. Why would it not be able to look at a web page? How the fuck can y'all not handle a web page? My PC's not even that fucking bad. Christ. I guess I might just have to make this a normal video with editing. That's bad, isn't it? It's real bad. Well, that sucks. Alright, well, we're making it a regular video. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to actually just record this, and then I will upload it. It sucks that we can't do this live.